Hello everyone, Speedrunner 0218 here, and welcome to my very first video in a new series of challenges I plan to do on my channel. My series is going to be the Pokemon Speedrun Challenge, where I try to beat a Pokemon game using a certain Pokemon as fast as possible. As you may or may not know, I am actually a speedrunner myself with over 3 years of experience, including tons of experience, especially in Pokemon games, so I am pretty confident I can do this challenge nicely. Now you may be thinking, oh, I already seen tons of Pokemon Speedrun challenges. What makes your challenges different from people like JRoss11 or Zwigo, who do their own speedrun challenges? Well, I'm glad you asked. Those people do their challenges like improv, meaning they come up with strats as they go along with their challenge. They don't use items, only use legendaries, just to be easy and uninteresting. And they don't allow other Pokemon to be used in battle, but not me. Before each challenge, I spend time making notes, routing out the game, and finding the fastest way through each segment of the game. Another thing that makes my series different is that it is like a real speedrun, but it is actually a challenge. In order for this to make more sense, let's go over the rules. 1. I can only use my main Pokemon in battle unless I cannot hit the opponent with any move I have at that point in the game. 2. No glitches or manipulations. 3. I am allowed to save during the run before tough battles. The run will be timed with in-game time. The timer you'll see is just for show, to show how long this took me in real life playing the game. Also, if you like this content and want to see more, since this is a new series, please like, share, subscribe, as well as follow my socials, link in the description. With all that out of the way, how fast can I speedrun Pokemon Leafgreen with the Nidoqueen line? Let's find out. To start out, I name myself and my rival A to save time when the game types out our names, which will save us a lot of time in the end. I also use the universal Pokemon randomizer to replace Bulbasaur with Nidoran female so I can do the speedrun with her. To be consistent in these challenges, I will always replace the grass starter no matter what. The battle goes smooth, just spam Scratch, although you can get hit by a crit by Charmander, which can kill you. You can get a potion PC for this, but that'll waste time and I can just get a potion later. On Route 1, I defeated 2 Pokemon to get to level 7, so I can be level 12 when I leave Viridian Forest, and get the potion from some clerk in the middle of nowhere. Dude, you lost or something? There ain't a Pokemon for miles, man. Anyway, after doing the parcel side quest crap, we get our Pokeballs and we can get started with the run. On Route 1 again, I capture a Rattata and Pidgey so we can have a Cut and Fly user respectively. I heal at the center at Viridian so my Scratch PP is replenished, since we need every Scratch we need for Viridian Forest. I end up in Viridian Forest and I fight the first bug catcher with Scratch and learn Tail Whip at level 8. This will help us use less Scratches to defeat the bug catchers. I skip the next bug catcher and fight the one in the top right corner of the map since he doesn't have any Metapods or Kakunas, and the fight ends quickly. Then I fight the next bug catcher who was pissing in the trees, I don't know, and even though he has a Metapod, at least I'm a higher level so I can do more damage. I end up with only 5 Scratches left after this fight. I pick up both potions before bug catcher Sammy, kill his pathetic Weedle, and go heal at Pewter. I buy 6 potions and 4 repels at the mart, and then I go battle Brock. At this point I have double kick, so I literally just spam it. Next. The Route 3 trainers were mostly just spamming Tail Whip and Scratch up until I get to Mount Moon. Then when I get to Mount Moon, I heal at the center, and then I grab the Person Berry. You'll know why soon. And then I go through Mount Moon, making sure to grab the Rare Candy, Escape Rope, and Moonstone on my way to the Rocket Grunt. The Grunt and the Scientist went down to some double kicks and scratches, and I take the Helix Fossil. Not that I love the almighty Ammonite god, but because it was literally straight in front of me, it is quicker to get this one. I go straight to Cerulean, heal up, grab the Rare Candy, use both my Rare Candies, and then I go fight my rival. The rival fight's pretty difficult since Pidgeotto could Sand Attack, but I get lucky and he doesn't use it once, so I just take down all his Pokemon. All the trainers up to Bill aren't too bad, so who cares. After Bill, I heal up and go fight Misty. This fight is why I got that Person Berry, since Water Pulse has a chance to confuse you, so by equipping the berry to Nidorina, I will get recovered right away if I get confused. But despite all that, this fight was a pain. The Staryu would usually go down in 2 hits with 2 bites or a bite plus double kick, but the Starmie would refuse to die in 2 hits due to my low special attack. I attempted this battle for 14 minutes and just kept dying, so I thought if I evolved Nidorina now instead of after the fight, my special attack will be raised enough to 2-hit kill the Starmie. So I try that, and it works first try. I did have to switch out and heal so I can tank a Water Pulse, but I did it. I fucking hate Misty in this run, man. After that stupid gym fight with Misty, I used my potions to heal up, teach Water Pulse over Tail Whip to Nidoqueen, and then I defeat the innocent bystander. And then I get the TM for Dig, which I teach to Nidoqueen over Scratch, so we have a free escape rope for later, as well as something to kill Surge with. After that, I go straight to the SSN, but instead of going to the rival right away, I go into one of the rooms and get the TM for Brick Break, and replace Double Kick with it, because it's a much better fighting type move than Double Kick. Then once I get to my rival, it's pretty easy. Like, I just kill him with Brick Breaks, Bites, and a Water Pulse for Charmeleon. Easy. I then get cut, get off the ship, and go to the mart to buy some Repels for Rock Tunnel, and some Paralyzed Heals and Awakenings for later, you know, just in case. When I get into Surge's gym, I solved the trash can puzzle in the first 2 cans, so I didn't have to save there. Whatever. I then go to Surge and use Water Pulse on Voltorb, Brick Break on Pikachu, since using Dig on Pikachu would waste time since Brick Break can kill it just fine. But Raichu I use Dig on, but it takes a couple tries due to Double Team, so then I kill him and get my 3rd badge. After Surge, I get the bike voucher, run back to Cerulean, get my free $1 million bike, and go to Rock Tunnel. I use the center here first so I can fly back later. You'll see why. I have Rock Tunnel memorized from all my years of speedrunning Pokemon Red and Leaf Green, so I don't need Flash. Flash is for noobs. I mostly just use Water Pulse on Rock and Ground types, Bite on Slowpokes, Dig on Grass types, and Brick Break on normal types. Not that hard to be honest, although the Bulbasaur and the Oddish could give you status effects, so that was the reason I used Dig. So I skip Lavender Town for now, fight the Gamer on Route 8, and make it to Celadon City. As soon as I get there, I heal up, get the hidden PP up, get the T, and then so I can go to Saffron later, and then I go to the department store. We're gonna need a ton of stuff. I sell all the TMs I have except Shockwave, since we'll need that move later, the PP up I found, and my Nugget. And then I just have enough money for everything I need. 5 Super Potions, 10 Super Repels, 5 X Attacks, 3 Guard Specs, 25 X Specials, 10 X Speeds, and 6 X Accuracies. The reason I grabbed the PP up was because if I didn't, I wouldn't have enough money. But those things sell for about $4,900 a piece, so you can get a bunch of money off of those. And then after that, I went and got the HM for Fly, moved around some items in my bag for quicker access, like I moved to the Super Potions and Super Repels near the top. Then I fly to Celadon, and then I go to the Rocket Hideout, which is not that difficult. I do pick up the black glasses to give to Nidoqueen, so her bite does more damage. I also get the calcium and give it to Nidoqueen to help her crappy special attack be less crappy. On Giovanni, I just use Water Pulse on his rock types, then I misclick and use Dig on Kangaskhan, and it does a critical Mega Punch on me, doing tons of damage. I was real worried here, but then I used Brick Break and Kangaskhan lives on 1 health left. What the fuck? Then the Kangaskhan hits me to just 9 HP left, but Poison Point activates, killing Kangaskhan in the process. God damn, I nearly just shit a brick watching that happen. Especially since I did not save before this. After defeating Giovanni, I get the Sylph Scope, escape rope out, fly to Lavender Town, and then fight my rival. The rival's still very easy. All I do is just Brick Break Pidgeotto, bite everything else but Charmeleon, which I use Water Pulse. Basically the same strat as the last rival fight. After that, I go through the rest of the tower, avoiding the healing pad to save time since I don't need to heal, and also I pick up an elixir and a rare candy that is in here. After I destroy the Marowak, which I saved beforehand, since Boomerang could kill me if it hits, I replace Water Pulse with Shockwave, so I can go through the Rocket Grunts, Zubats, and Golbats much quicker. After saving Mr. Fuji, he takes me back to his house and he gives me the Pokeflute. After I get the Pokeflute, I fly to Celadon, wake up Snorlax, run away, and get onto Cycling Road, where I pick up a hidden rare candy and Max Elixir. I then go to the Safari Zone, pick up a full restore for safety since it is right on my path to get served, as well as a protein which I accept, I get the Gold Teeth, TM32 Double Team, which we'll need later, unfortunately, as well as Surf. I then leave the Safari Zone, use the Protein on Nidoqueen, teach Surf over Brick Break, and go to Koga's gym. The Psychic Pokemon here are tough since these Drowsy don't die in one hit with Bite, so I have to 2-hit, but they're not a big a deal. Koga himself isn't that difficult. I set up 2X specials on Coughing so Shockwave and Surf do more damage. So then Muck comes out. Muck was a real pain because I would always put it in heal range. It took me 2 tries, but I finally get past Muck, and annihilate the rest of his team. Koga was a pain, but not as much as Misty was. After I defeat Koga, I get Strength, then fly to Palatown, where I surf south on Route 22 to Cinnabar Island, where I go into the mansion, get the TM for Blizzard, as well as the secret key which I need access to Blaine's gym, which he locks challengers out of for some damn reason. What an idiot. Blaine was an interesting fight. Despite me knowing Surf, this fight needed some strategy. During practice, when I stocked up on 4 X specials on Growlithe in order to kill everything he had with one Surf, Blaine would know I'm loading Nidoqueen with tons of X items, so he has his Growlithe use Roar, erasing those effects. My solution around this was to use only 1 X special on Growlithe, use Surf to kill it, then use the rest of my X specials on Ponyta, which doesn't know Roar, and then I just kill everything from there. I did not expect the Blaine fight to be like that in this run when I was routing this. I thought he'd be a breeze, but I guess not. Oh well, moving on. I say no to Bill's offer to go to the Sebi Islands, fly to Celadon, and I go to the department store to buy 10 more X specials since I didn't initially buy enough due to a lack of money. After that, I teach Blizzard to Nidoqueen over Dig, and I completely breeze through her gym with Blizzard, and Bite, since I needed to preserve the Blizzard for the gym leader, so I bite the weaker Pokemon before Erica. I then get my 6th badge. After that, I went outside, fly to Celadon to save time having to cut that tree to get out, heal up, and go to Saffron City. Normally, Silphco is a very complex dungeon, but I just had to go to the 5th floor, grab the card key while avoiding the rocket grunt, teleport to the 3rd floor, and meet up with my rival. On my rival fight, I use a Guard Spec to prevent Sand Attack and Feather Dance from lowering my stats, then an X Speed to outspeed Alakazam and Charizard, and 2 X specials, and then I Shockwave the Pidgeot, Blizzard the Execute, Bite Alakazam, Shockwave Gyarados, and Surf Charizard. After that, I get the Lapras so we can teach Strength to it. We could teach Strength to Nidoqueen, but all of her moves are valuable, so we're just gonna teach it to Lapras. I then get to Giovanni and just spam Surf. I do use Bite on Nidoqueen after a Surf to prevent it from healing so I can kill it with Surf. That's pretty much just it. Next, I escape rope out of Silphco and go straight to Sabrina's gym. Sabrina was tricky. I used 1 X special on Kadabra, and then I realized 1 Bite could not kill it in 1 hit. I tried to bite Mr. Mime, but it barely lived, so I did 1 Shockwave and 1 Bite to put into red. Alakazam does so much damage to me with Psychic, but then Bite left 1 health on it. Why does this keep happening to me? I reset and try again, but this time using 2 X specials on Kadabra, so I can kill it, Mr. Mime, and Alakazam with 1 Bite. Then I surf Venomoth for the win. After getting out of the gym, I fly to Viridian City, heal at the center, and go to Giovanni's gym. On the first trainer with 5 Pokemon, I use an X special, otherwise Marowak will live through 1 Surf. I 1-hit Surf all his Pokemon easily after that. The Black Belt, I had to use 2 X specials so I could spam Shockwave to kill it. Machop is killed in 1 hit with it, and second Machoke died in 2 Shockwaves. Man, I have difficulty talking today. When I get to Giovanni, it was very difficult since Nidoqueen's speed was pretty bad, so Dugtrio would end up outspeeding me and hit me with Earthquake, causing me to reset. I ended up saving before the Black Belt, and not Giovanni, so I had to do the Black Belt fight again. On this Black Belt fight, on the final Machoke, I tried using Surf instead of Shockwave, and apparently Surf was a 1-hit kill, so I could have just one-shot his whole team with 2 X specials and Surf, without worrying about Shockwave. Oh well, I can't plan everything. On Giovanni, what I ended up doing to win the fight was that I surfed the Rhyhorn immediately to have it avoid using Scary Face, which caused me to die a bunch of times. I killed Dotrio afterwards, X Special when Nidoqueen was sent out, and killed everything else with Surf. I am by default faster than all his Pokemon. This fight took me about 4 or 5 tries due to Rhyhorn using Scary Face, making my speed worse. I then defeat Giovanni for the last time and get my badge. Now, just 6 battles left. I'm sure this won't go bad at all. First things first, I fight Rival 6. On his Pidgeot, I set up a guard spec for the same reason as Silphco, X-Speed to outspeed Alakazam and Charizard, and 3 X specials to be sure I kill everything. I Shockwave Pidgeot and Gyarados, Bite, Execute, and Alakazam, and I Surf the Charizard and Rhyhorn. During practice, I would use 2 X specials, but then Charizard would live through a Surf and it would kill me, so that's the reason I used 3. I then go through Victory Road uneventfully and get to the Indigo Plateau, but we're not fighting the League just yet. You see, Shockwave won't be powerful enough to defeat Lorelei with a base special power of 60. We need something better. We can't get Thunderbolt because that's too expensive and it's at the game corner. It's way too slow, so I decide to fly to Rock Tunnel, which was why I had to heal there so I could fly back, go to the power plant, get the TM for Thunder, then I escape rope out, and go back to the League so I can fight them for real. I deposit all my other Pokemon to save time on the Hall of Fame screen, buy as many full restores as possible, then teach Double Team to Nidoqueen over Bite, and use up any rare candies I have. Alright, let's do this. Lorelei was a fucking pain in the ass. I have to set up Double Team to avoid getting hit by Surf or Ice Beam, which will 2-hit kill Nidoqueen. 1 if it crits, so Double Team is mandatory here. I could have used 6, but I instead use only 3 to save time and hope I get lucky. Besides, this thing is timed with in-game time, so me resetting in case I get hit won't lose me time. Just takes longer in real life. This fight took me a bunch of tries due to being unlucky with getting hit, and there was even one attempt where I went to hit Jinx with Surf and got a critical Ice Punch to the face through 6 Double Teams. What the fuck are those odds? On another attempt, I made it to Slowbro using only 3 Double Teams, and I missed Thunder to get hit with Surf. Okay, I'll just skip ahead to my winning battle and tell you what I did. I used only 3 Double Teams to save time, 4 X specials to ensure I kill all the water types, and to hit the Jinx, and an X accuracy so that crap that happened with Slowbro doesn't happen again. I kill all the water types with 1 Thunder, and the Jinx with 2 Surfs. But what I did with Cloyster was that I attack it with Surf 2 turn 1, since it is very likely to use Protect, and because I don't want to waste a Thunder on a protected term, I would use Surf, let it protect, then after that I'd use Thunder, since it's not likely Protect will work twice in a row. Man, this fight was brutal. It took me 15 minutes real time to do this fight successfully. Now moving on to Bruno. Bruno isn't as tricky as Lorelei, but still needs similar strats. I surf through the Onix that come at me, but use 3 Double Teams on Hitmonlee to avoid getting hit with Mega Kick that deals half my health, and anything from Machamp. After that, I use 3 X specials, then I kill the Hitmonlee with Surf. Machamp was tricky since I kept putting it in heal range. Maybe I should have used 4 X specials here. Oh well. And I kill it with Thunder and Surf, and Hitmonchan's just killed with Surf. This fight wasn't as difficult, but still took me more than 1 try. Before I fought Agatha, I healed up, taught Earthquake over Double Team since I no longer need it. This Agatha fight was so freaking difficult. I would always have terrible luck due to Gengar using too many Double Teams or killing me way too quick. It was always her first Gengar that's the problem, with its use of Double Team and being faster than me due to my horrible speed IDs. In practice runs with better Nidoqueens, I was faster than her, which was why I wasn't expecting this to happen, since it would have a chance to Double Team before I could attack. On my winning attempt, she uses Double Team once, and I never missed any of my Surfs. What I did, I used Surf twice, X Special, and then I Surf it 1 more time to avoid putting it in heal range. Then her Haunter goes down in 2 Surfs, and then her second Gengar, I heal up and kill her with 3 Surfs, and her Citrus Berry prevented her from getting into heal range. Her Golbat easily went down to Thunder, and her Arbok went down to Earthquake. This battle took me about 8 or 9 minutes, so not too bad. But this could have been better if I wasn't outsped by that first Gengar. Believe it or not, Lance was the easiest fight in here. What I do here is use 2 X specials, 1 X speed to outspeed Dragonite and Aerodactyl, and an X accuracy. I then kill his Gyarados and Aerodactyl with Thunder, and his Dragons with Blizzard. Now just one more fight left, and I'm done with this run. I healed up after Lance before I went in the champion room, and then I realized one huge problem. I am out of full restores for the fight, or any healing items of any kind. That Lorelei fight ended up taking much more healing items than I wanted, so I had 1 full restore after Lance, and I used it to get to full health. I would need 1 full restore to use on Pidgeot after I set up my X items, but I don't have it. So now I have to get lucky with Pidgeot not hitting me, since it can 4-hit kill me with Aerial Ace. And I have more than 4 X items to use. This is not good, but I knew it was possible. I just had to hope that Pidgeot only used Sand Attack or Feather Dance on me instead of Aerial Ace. One problem with that is, once my guard spec wears off, and it keeps using those moves, that would be very bad. So I just had to get lucky. Very, very lucky. I had 2 attempts before the winning one that made it past Pidgeot. The first one was that I made it past Pidgeot. It was my first try actually, but my guard spec wore off, and I only used an X accuracy, X speed, and 2 X attacks. So I decided to move on, thinking I would use remaining 2 X specials on something else. I kill Pidgeot, Alakazam, and Rhydon, but then Exeggutor survives a Blizzard and kills me with Egg Bomb. I knew that wasn't going to work. My next attempt to get past Pidgeot is where I got really lucky and get everything set up on Pidgeot, including the X specials this time, and then I made it to Charizard and finished it off with Thunder. Fuck! My special was slightly too low for the normal amount of X specials to work, and Charizard lives, killing me with Fire Blast. I really wished that missed, but god damn it, I need to get lucky again and now use an extra X special. The first time where I passed Pidgeot while using all of my X items, except my 3rd X special since Pidgeot was attacking me with Sand Attack, so I kill it thinking I'll use my 3rd X special on Exeggutor since I know it can't kill me on full health. I then get all the way to Exeggutor, but then guess what happens? I use my 3rd X special, ready to kill him, and he puts me to sleep, so I use an Awakening. Not a big deal, but then after that, he uses freaking Light Screen. My Thunders and Blizzards aren't going to be able to kill now. So I decided to stall and wait out the Light Screen, and when it wears off, I use an Awakening to wake myself up, thinking I'll survive Egg Bomb, which does around 60 damage, but it crits me for the kill. I probably should have used the Awakening 1 turn earlier, but god dang it, I have to get lucky again? Man, I still get nightmares from how much this fight sucked. On my winning attempt, after a bunch of failed ones I don't need to mention, I actually am able to use all my X items, which were a guard spec, X speed, 2 X attacks, 3 X specials, and an X accuracy on Pidgeot with 38 health to spare. Remember, I don't have any healing items. And I'm able to kill Pidgeot with Thunder, Alakazam with Earthquake, Rhydon with Surf, Exeggutor with Blizzard, and Gyarados and Charizard with Thunder, since Surf will not kill the Charizard in one hit, but Thunder will. Finally, that took way too long. This champion fight took me over half an hour in real life, with most attempts failing on Pidgeot. If I had a better Nidoqueen, or at least a full restore, I wouldn't have struggled this badly. I mean, the whole Elite Four was so freaking difficult, way more than it needed to be, especially Agatha, as well as the champion. But it doesn't matter, we've won. We successfully beat the game with the Nidoqueen line, with an in-game time of 2 hours and 43 minutes, and it took me 4 hours, 3 minutes, and 36 seconds in real time to do it. So, how do we rank Nidoqueen? I rank all Pokemon for these challenges in 3 categories: its moveset, its stats, and how well it sufficed speedrunning the game. For its moveset, Nidoqueen can learn tons of really helpful moves, and I was able to use a wide array of moves to defeat opponents, such as Blizzard, Thunder, Earthquake, Double Team, as well as Surf, a nice water move. It can learn other moves too, like Fire Blast, but I didn't need those moves. So for its move pool, I would give it a 9 out of 10. It would have been real nice if Nidoqueen could learn Psychic, so I could have handled Agatha a lot better. For its stats, Nidoran, Nidorina, and Nidoqueen each have a base stat total of 275, 365, and 495 respectively, with spread out stats, but their biggest strength being their defense and special defense for Nidoqueen, and the weakest being special attack and speed for Nidoqueen, while Nidorina and Nidoran were pretty spread out and balanced. Having spread out stats is good, but I really wish Nidoqueen had better speed so I wouldn't have to use all those X speeds, so I give Nidoqueen a 6 out of 10 for stats. Sometimes, it is good to have the most attention on one stat, not all of them. For how well it performed, I'd say it did real good, with the only downside being that against water types, Nidoqueen has little chance outside of using Thunder and Double Teams, since it's lower than average special defense, and it being weak to water and ice makes it real difficult to fight against Lorelei and Misty. You saw that with the Lorelei battle. But for the rest of them, the Nidoqueen line performed real good, so I'll give them a 6 out of 10 for how they performed in battles. The water-ice types gave me so many problems. For my general opinion, based on the 3 categories, I'd have to rank the Nidoqueen line a solid 7 out of 10. It had a great moveset, not too bad of stats, but it's kinda bad speed and special defense, along with being weak to water and ice types, and having nothing good against Agatha, make this so much harder. And that's all I got for you. This video took so long to make, since it was my first one, and if you happen to like this type of content and would like to see more, please subscribe to the channel. I will start doing these videos on my channel, as well as my usual speedrunning content from Nintendo and other video games. So please subscribe and follow my socials if you enjoy that kind of stuff. Now, I don't know what I'll do next, but if you have a suggestion, please leave it in the comments what game I should try and speedrun with what Pokemon line. If you have any suggestions, I will only accept Gens 1 through 3, since DS emulators don't run well on my laptop. Maybe one day I will, but not now anyway. Or, if you'd like to give me suggestions, you can always join my Discord server. I'm always there all the time, so if you want a suggestion, the easiest place to get to me is in my Discord server. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next speedrun.